Hello, and welcome to Horror Movies and Shit. I'm your host, Jim, and with me today is.
Not Jim.
That is correct, you are not Jim.
There is positives in life sometimes.
Sometimes?
Hello, I'm Mark.
Yes, you are. So,
I am.
Mark, we are just waiting for Anthony. He's running a little bit late. So, what else you want to talk about? You want to do our What I've Watched Now?
Sure, because I'm interested in a movie you watched this week.
I. Oh, wait, what did I. I watched Noceums. I
No,
got.
that's not the one I was talking about.
What are you talking about?
We interviewed the director, Jim, if that's a clue.
That's not a clue. What are you talking about?
Didn't you say you watched The Fetus?
Okay, so let's talk about Noceums.
So, did you or did you not watch The Fetus,
I
Jim?
did.
Okay, can we talk about that first?
Have you seen it?
No, not yet, but I
Then
will.
we'll wait till you've seen it. Let's talk about Noceums.
Okay. Um,
So
no
anyway,
CMs versus mosquito. No.
right. No-see-ums versus mosquitoes. You live in Florida. Do you know what a no-see-um is?
Yeah, it's those horrible little. We where I come from, we call them midgies.
Midgies? Is that what they call them across the pond?
Well, in my locale. Yeah, so it's a little annoying. You can't see the little tiny flies, but they're annoying and get in your face and annoy you.
Hang on a second. I gotta manage the stream.
That's what she said.
Ah.
Every 30 days or so.
Yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Okay. So no-see-ums. Let's talk about that, right? So
Mhm.
I was lucky enough to get a screener from Strike Media about no-see-ums. I haven't been able to post a chat yet or a video about it yet, but I do want to talk about it. It actually was a lot more engaging than I expected it to be.
So hang on. Can you frame it up a little bit? Is this a lower budget movie? Is it?
So it is not actually. It is very well made. It is not a I honestly can't speak to the budget. What I can say is if it is an independent film, it's a really well made independent film. It has great cinema, it has good cinematography. The story writing is solid. The actors, all but one character I thought were pretty good. Um the main quote unquote villain in the film wasn't believable at all times. Like her behavior just wasn't believable. It seemed like her behavior just more fit the narrative that they were trying to um, tell through the story instead of actually being a character. Like it didn't seem like that was part of her personality. It seemed like she was behaving that way just to push the story along and not that this was a genuine interaction. Hello, Carla. But anyway, that being said, it takes place in Florida. It was filmed up in the Panhandle, and it is about this group of college friends that go away for a girls' weekend because one of the girls is having trouble with her boyfriend. So the girls want to take her away and just have a good weekend. But her friends don't treat her real well. Um, and that's about all I'm going to say as far as the story goes, only because you would lose a lot of the messaging if I ruin it for you.
So can you just square the circle as far as the title to what you're describing? Because
Yeah, no, well, it's exactly that. It's those little bugs. They play they're pretty prevalent in the story for a reason, but I don't want to give away why.
are
But
they like a danger to the characters? Are they
they
just
are. They are. And but if I tell you why, that's going to give away plot points, and I really don't want to destroy this because if you go into it seeing it as though you've not seen it before and hello team, I apologize, team Botlin. Um, I don't want to ruin it because you'll miss the messaging, and that's extremely important if or it's extremely important to the film, and it's going to make you understand some of the main characters' motivations and the
so
reasons.
so is this movie like a metaphor?
No, it's pretty direct.
Hello, hello.
It's pretty direct. You understand exactly what is happening. There's no metaphor. It's pretty direct.
Hmm.
But if I tell you about it, it sort of ruins the experience.
So overall,
Overall, solid film. Okay, we'll just say team.
Team Mark,
Overall, it's a solid film.
never Team
I'd give
Jim.
I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Wow, that's
Um,
like a 9 out of 10 for most
right,
people.
for most people,
Yeah.
but I honestly enjoyed it a ton more than I expected to.
Okay.
That's the only thing I've watched this week, Mark. The
So
only thing.
I watched the Alex Garland co-directed, co-written Warfare.
Okay, tell me
Have
about
you heard
that.
of that? Yeah. Now, so this is like based on a true story. It's very, 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 very like Black Hawk Down,
Okay,
but it's very condensed. So
okay.
Black Hawk Down. Have you seen Black Hawk Down?
Many, many moons ago.
Okay, so that's very expansive, right? And you know, you got like lots of different characters in different places doing different things and whatever. This is very more like set in basically one house,
Okay,
um, and you only have like a small cast. Um, and I believe what they were trying to do was to try to make it as realistic as possible because they had basically a lot, like a number of the soldiers that were in that situation, and it was in Iraq, kind of advise on the movie, and they were there, and they were like, you know, showing the actors and stuff, like kind of what
okay,
happened. However, what I will say is that for the first probably 25 to 30 minutes. It's them in this house in Iraq, um, basically just surveying and just doing surveillance, which is fine because they're just sitting there. Well,
right.
when I say it's fine, it's kind of not fine. I think they're trying to have this verisimilitude, right? Hey, this is how it is. So a lot
Hmm.
of it is just people in this house talking on their comms to like the to the station or whatever, and
Sure.
they're just talking about coordinates and who's out there and who's doing this and who's doing that. That does not make great cinema
Mm-mm.
to me because nothing really happens, and you don't even really get a lot of character development. You would think that's when you would get that part of it.
Right.
You kind of get an inkling of who each who they are,
Right.
but not enough to say, hey, for the first 30 minutes of an hour and a half movie to really not have anything going on.
Right.
Once something happens and shit kind of goes down, it's a much better movie.
Okay.
Um, so I don't know what the call was for that split of the first 30 to the rest of the hour. Overall, I liked it. I mean, I'm a big Alex Garland fan, but I would have like if I was making it, you know, because yeah, I'm such a great filmmaker and everything. But like as a viewer, if I was to make it, I would have made that first 30 minutes, 15 minutes,
Sure.
and had a little bit more exploration of the rest of it afterwards. But it's very well shot. I will say, like one thing about it, the sound design was fantastic in it.
Okay.
And it's a weird thing to say about a movie. Like sound design is kind of like one of the things that leaps out to you.
Yeah.
But there's one point where it's just again they're doing surveillance, and there's a
Sure.
guy with a sniper rifle, and they have this little hole in the wall that they're looking through, and you can just hear him breathing. And it kind of adds again that sort of verisimilitude to it that it kind of feels realer. There's also things going on outside, and the sound design is really good. There's people who get badly injured,
Right.
and for a lot of it, they're just kind of screaming in pain, which is very like disturbing, but very interesting the way they do. I must watch it again actually, and maybe I'll just skip the first like 25 minutes. But overall, if you like kind of realistic war movies, I think is worth checking out.
Sure. What else have you watched?
That was it.
So we
A bunch
talked
of
a little bit
YouTube
earlier.
stuff. Oh, by the way, no, I want to talk about this. Sorry, Jim. So there's a YouTube channel
Yes.
called CZ's World. I
Okay.
don't know. And they do like these horror timelines where they'll kind of go into the lore.
Okay.
Of, say, like Pennywise or Freddy Krueger, and they'll go, hey, at this time this happened, and da da da. They did one on Ringu.
Okay.
And it absolutely blew my mind.
Oh.
So I'll ask you a question. You've seen Ringu or The Ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it's about?
It's about the girl, Samara. Well, it's Samara in the English. It's Kyoko in Ringu, right?
No, Sadako.
Oh, I always get
Kyoko
those
from
confused.
Ju-on.
Yeah, right.
But it's about, psychic girl who, kills. It's her curse. And it's kind of like this ghost revenge movie.
Right.
They go over, like, it's, I swear, the first, 5 minutes of it, I stopped it and said, and re-looked at the title to see if it was actually what I thought it was. Because they're talking about this guy from Japan that goes over to the US in, 1968, 69. And they're working on these computers and they're coming up with these theories. And I'm like, what the fuck has this got to do with Ringo?
Right.
And so it delves into the books, into the movies, and everything else. And it's like an hour and a half long.
Oh, wow.
Explanation. But I swear you should. It's just so entertaining just to watch that breakdown of these books.
Sure.
Because it's nothing that you would imagine. Nothing that you would imagine of the movies.
So they really build the mythology then. They build the world.
You wouldn't believe where they're going. So basically, there's scientists that have set up a computer-based version of the Earth.
Yep.
And they've set up evolution and stuff and running computer programs. And that's kind of where Sadako / Samara, the whole thing happens in this made-up world.
Oh.
But then, because it's all about infection, right? Virus, right? And it's about biological, technological virus. But then from the technological recreation of the Earth, it actually spreads to the real Earth. And then there's characters that are just made up from the technology who are able to jump over to the real Earth, and then they're sent back. It's like fucking mind blowing.
Okay.
Like I really, really want to read these books now.
Nice.
But I'm sure I get lost in them because they have characters that are renamed. They have Sadako, who is able to self-replicate and takes over basically the fake Earth, with all her clones. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Sort of like the Matrix, then.
It's wilder, much wilder.
Oh, wow.
But it all kind of makes sense in the story,
right?
For the most part. But you have major characters who do something here,
right?
And then later on they come back and I highly recommend that. I highly recommend that channel in general. It's really good.
Nice. Maybe you can put a link in the chat.
Can I put something in here?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I wanted to talk about what you and I were talking about right before we went live, which was Michael Casey or Casey. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. He is involved with a movie that I just heard about that I know is already available for rental on Amazon Prime. Called No Tears in Hell. Okay. And I have to say the reviews are pretty amazing. It is a dramatization of a 1990s serial killer in Russia.
Sorry.
and it's loosely based on his wife's, his life. Sorry, his life and his life with his family and his mother. But they've moved them from Russia to Alaska.
Oh,
That's
that's
the wrong
part of
chat
it.
mark.
How do I do it in the other one?
I'll take care of it.
Yeah, just copy and paste.
If anybody's interested in watching that Ringu chat that Mark was just talking about, I just posted the link in Facebook and in the chat on YouTube. So anyway, from the reviews that I've read, it's a pretty bleak film, and it's extremely uncomfortable to watch due to prolonged exposure to torture and violence, and it's rather unflinching. So you're sort of the camera watching everything going on, and it just never turns away. And from what I understand, the acting, from some of the reviews I read, the actors are so adept at conveying the breakdown that they have while they're being tortured that it makes it really uncomfortable to watch. Which sort of reminds me of that scene in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre where they filmed her for Sally, the lady playing, what is it, Sally Hardesty, for so long that she really started breaking down on camera because she was just so tired.
They all did.
Yeah. So I'm excited to watch it. I will be going to check it out. But for anybody else that hasn't seen it, the No Tears in Hell is available on Amazon Prime for rental right now.
Sounds interesting.
It does.
I maybe it's because I'm desensitized because I've seen so much shit.
Right.
Like whenever people come up and say, "Oh, this is so brutal and so violent," you have to hit a really high bar for me because I've watched too much stuff.
That's fair. That's fair.
But that doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, I can still enjoy. Whatever. But
so I'm gonna check it out.
It almost feels like when people say it's the scariest movie ever. It's sort of hyperbole. Maybe some.
So, Mark, I have a question. There's a new movie coming out, and I want to get your opinion on it, whether you've heard of it or seen it or anything. Good Boy.
Oh yeah, about the dog.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think it looks interesting at all?
Well, there's a dog in it, so it's going to be interesting at least.
Fair.
But apparently, I haven't even seen the trailer, but I know about it. Yeah. But I know that a lot of people were going to that. Does the dog survive?
Yeah.
Whatever, to see if it survives.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like have you seen VHS 2?
85, I think, was the first one I saw.
VHS 2 has a segment in it where it's like there's a party, but they've strapped a GoPro onto a dog.
Right.
And it's all from the dog's point of view. And there's then like aliens come down and stuff. So it's like an alien kind of invasion thing, but through the point of view of the dog.
Sure.
I don't know if it's like that, but that's just kind of, that's what.
Well, this is a haunting told from the perspective of a dog.
Jim, do dogs go to heaven?
All dogs go to heaven.
What about bitches?
All dogs go to heaven.
I'm talking about you.
Probably not. I tend to sizzle when I walk into a church.
You little bitch.
Anyway, Mark, is there anything coming up that you're excited to watch?
Probably. I don't know. Like I say, I'm so ADHD at the moment. It's like I really need to look at some upcoming trailers. I'm kind of interested in The Long Walk. Although
I actually have a friend that went and saw that with his partner and said it was fantastic.
I kind of am, and I'm kind of not, and here's why. I never read the short story,
right?
But all I've heard is people saying it's one of the greatest things King has ever written. But the trailer doesn't excite me at all.
Right. That's fair.
The trailer doesn't do anything for me.
I mean, that's fair.
But maybe what they're doing smartly is leaving all the good stuff out of the trailer, or
that would be fantastic.
But maybe I'll go see it in the movies. I don't know.
Okay, so let's talk about some upcoming horror movies, shall we?
Okay.
Okay, so we have The Conjuring Last Rites, which we already know is already out. Any
Don't
interest?
care.
That's right, because you don't care for the Warrens, right?
Well, it's not even that, right? And it's weird because I love Vera Farmiga, whatever her name
Farmiga.
is, and Patrick Wilson.
Right.
I really like them as actors, just in general.
Oh, okay, let's finish this, and then I do have a movie I need to talk about.
The first one was pretty good.
Yep.
I think the second one was. I thought it was like a comedy.
Okay.
Like honestly, I was laughing at it, which is probably not a good sign. So
I
it's
will
kind
say
of
that
like if it comes onto streaming, and I take enough ADHD meds to watch a movie again, I might watch it, but I
Yep.
don't really care.
I will say regarding The Conjuring 2, it's based on a case called the Enfield haunting.
No, I know.
There is a mini series from, I believe it's BBC, that is much, much better. Anyway,
Okay.
continue.
That was it.
So I got the chance, thank you to Terror Films, to see Hell House LLC Lineage. And I have not seen all the Hell House films. I've seen one. So I was not that familiar with it. And I'm not a big found footage fan, right? And that's what they are. They're all found footage, except Lineage. Lineage is a standard film designed to tell you the backstory of where it all started. Hello, Max.
Hey, Max.
So what I will say is it is very well done, but I do feel that I lost something in the film by not having seen the rest of them.
Right. And you really could. And I like the first. I'm trying to think if there was 2 or 3.
3.
But I like them all apart from the last one, which I thought was like really bad. I was totally bored through it, and
Okay.
I hated the characters in it. The first one was a bit of a surprise. I mean, I just randomly watched it,
Right.
and then the sequel, I wasn't expecting much. I thought it was really good too. But the one after the most recent one was I thought it was terrible. It's got great reviews, but I don't really see it. In fact, I watched it with my wife, and she liked the first 2, and she didn't like that one either. I'm like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
we're both in agreement for a change.
I can't speak to it because, like I said, I've only seen the most previous one to this, and I liked it. I liked Lineage. I thought it was well done. I thought it was good at explaining the story. But like I said, I do feel like I missed something by not having seen the other 3.
I'm kind of more interested in it now if it's a straight, like, non-found footage, because I think it fucked up the last one so bad. So maybe this is like a reset or trying something different that maybe works.
Yeah, I thought they did a really decent job with it, and was surprised that it wasn't found footage. I did not know that going into it.
Speaking of found footage, Jim, I believe you have a list of found footage movies.
I do, but there's one other film I wanted to ask you about.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I wanted to ask you is because it's not a straight horror film based on what I've seen of the trailer. And I'm actually kind of excited to see this one because it looks like it's going to be very gripping. And that's Him. Have you seen the trailer for Him?
Him?
Him.
Is it a sequel to Man?
It is not.
No, I haven't seen
This is about a young football player when he's invited to train.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen a trailer.
I think this looks like it could be intense. I hope it is.
I was kind of baffled by that trailer, which
I think that's the point. It looks like a descent into madness.
Sometimes you watch a trailer and you have like, I'm either going to love this or hate this.
Right.
I kind of have that feeling about it.
I mean, that's fair.
Now, maybe I'll go
agree.
into it and think it's just okay, but just from the trailer,
Yeah.
And it's like, because I know they threw like Jordan Peele's name on it and stuff.
They did. But it's directed by Justin Tipping, and the
Right.
cinematographer is Kira Kelly.
I kind of hate, like, I've always hated that. I've always hated.
I don't even see him listed though as a producer.
Oh, he was on the trailer, right? I'm not
I don't recall.
crazy.
I honestly don't recall.
I'm pretty sure they said Jordan Peele in it, unless.
Yeah, he's not listed anywhere in the credits. But it looks like it's
I
a
don't know. Maybe
psychological thriller, and
Jordan
I'm
Peele
excited for it.
presents.
Sorry?
Maybe it was Jordan Peele. Apparently, they've canceled.
Yeah, it does say from producer Jordan Peele on the poster.
Yeah.
It does. Yep.
I kind of hate that. I kind of hate this. Wes Craven presents, and Jordan Peele presents, and Eli Roth presents, and Guillermo del Toro presents. I hate that. I just hate that. I almost feel like that's false advertising.
Speaking of presenting, Mark, let's talk about our book, my book, the book that I put together and published.
Yes.
It's called Bizarre Splatter Patterns. It is a horror anthology, all splatterpunk and bizarro, and all of the proceeds for the orders go straight to the Jesus Christ, the Point Foundation, which provides college scholarships to LGBTQ youth and counseling services and all kinds of goodness. So they're live on Amazon right now.
I meant to tell you, I wrote a story for that book.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
you appear in a story for the book.
No, I did.
But you never turned it into me.
I know.
So how does that help? I guess it'll have to be in the next one, won't it?
If you're lucky.
Okay.
Jim, you will not have a good time in this story.
I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's all for charity.
That's what I mean. But you will have a good time reading it.
That's all that matters.
I get my revenge on you, let's just say.
Well, that's fair. You deserve it, because the few times that we have appeared in stories together, I've pretty much clocked you. So, yeah. Or just lasted longer than you.
It is a bit of a psychological but brutal splatter story involving
that's perfect.
You getting psychologically and physically damaged over and over again.
I'm fine with that. So, Mark, you want to talk about the list that I brought up, right? Let's talk about found footage, because I am not a fan generally.
So that's found footage. No, can we just talk about this like in general, right? So found footage is just a style of movie, right? So you just don't like the style in general? Why is that?
In general, yes. That and the fact that 9 times out of 10, the characters are completely unlikable or unbelievable.
But that's not the style. That is the individual movie.
But it generally seems consistent in that style of film.
Well, I think it just lands itself to being cheaply made, right?
Yeah.
So then a cheap movie to make kind of goes back into that sort of old 1980s shot and video type thing where you would just have like some kid, maybe 20, 30, 20, 25 years old, have his friends act in the movie, right?
Right.
And that can be annoying. But I'm talking about just like found footage, just the style.
Sure.
Do you have a
in general, I don't care for it. In general, I do not.
So what's your problem with the filmmaking style?
I'm not a fan of the shaky camera.
Okay.
I'm not really, and that's really it. I'm just not a fan of the motion generally involved with the people carrying the cameras or any of that. It doesn't set me on edge like the use of incorrect camera angles does. Like how it's designed, where if they tip the camera slightly one way, it's supposed to make you feel off center.
You're talking about the Dutch angle, Jim.
Yeah. I don't get that with found footage where it's all shaky and moving and that kind of stuff. I get more of I'm going to puke because I'm getting motion sick.
And that will vary, right? From.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think it adds that layer of reality?
I don't.
No? Do you think that it could?
If it's done well, yes. So, for instance, Frogman, I thought did that very well. Right. Where it didn't look like they were just trying to cheat on the pictures, or not on the pictures, but the the budget or whatever by just hearing people screaming off screen. It felt really like it was happening in the moment with the shaky camera and that kind of stuff. But in general, I feel like it's more of a contrivance just to not have to show you things that might be out of budget.
I, I mean, there may be an element to that. I don't think that's necessarily kind of what it's about. I
No,
mean,
I don't think so. I'm not saying that that's the reason for it. I'm just saying that's how it feels for most found footage films when I watch them.
well, I mean, you could say, oh, well, like Cloverfield or something like that. It shows you everything, right? Pretty
Pretty
much.
much.
But what I'm saying is, like, generally, if you look at the lower budget found footage stuff, it's
Yeah.
like you don't need like all the lighting set up necessarily, or
No.
obviously director of photography, or it's all in the hands of people. And
Yeah,
it's, and it's I think there is. I think it does. It potentially does. It depends on the movie, right? Add that layer of believability a bit more than something that's just shot straight in camera. And we could talk about mockumentaries, right? And
well, we are going to talk about my favorite mockumentary shortly.
Okay. Well, let's just get onto the list and let's stop blabbing.
Okay. Well, we sort of talked about these a little bit when it was just me and you, but let's talk about it. So from IndieWire.com, this is the 22 best found footage films. Are you ready?
Ooh.
So number 22. And this, you and I talked about this because I personally don't consider it a found footage film. I can't. Found footage is generally somebody carrying around a camera footage, not lost studio footage, right? So Late Night with the Devil from 2023. While I love the film, I would not consider it a found footage film. But as you and I talked about, technically it probably does qualify because it is found footage. But I just don't. I don't put it in that same genre.
So, and again, this is almost like the mockumentary stuff, right? Because it mixes kind of that professional TV show,
right,
mixed with kind of behind the scenes you're doing the handheld stuff.
Yeah.
I love the movie.
Yep.
I don't consider it found footage. I can see why somebody would be able to slide it into this list, but
sure.
I think there's so many more quote unquote found footage, like actual like there's so many out there that it feels like cheating a little bit to put that one in there.
I agree. So number 21 is my favorite mockumentary, and that's What We Do in the Shadows from 2014.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Whenever I saw it,
it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. I never watched the TV show, and obviously,
it's done pretty well.
What's his name? What?
Matt Berry?
No, the director.
Todd.
Watiti.
Watiti. Watiti. I
don't know how to pronounce his name. I mean, I think he's a very, very talented director, and he's funny actor too. I really liked it, but I've never gone back to it. Yeah. And it's almost in my head. That one almost doesn't feel like a found footage movie. Like if you told me about it, like you're doing it right now,
yeah,
that doesn't spring to mind to me.
No, to me, it's a mockumentary.
Maybe because a lot of found footage stuff is supposed to be serious,
right?
That because it's a comedy, mostly, that kind of breaks that.
Yeah.
Sort of
okay, that's fair.
But yeah, it's really good.
Number 20 we just talked about, and that's Hell House LLC, the first one.
Yeah, good. Again,
I've not seen
it. It does suffer from some dubious acting, and And we can talk about like some of the downfalls of found footage. Like you said, like shaky cam can get really bad for some
Yeah.
people, and it can be done too much.
Yeah.
But also, one thing, it's like there's never any silence when there's characters in a found footage
Right.
movie. They always seem to have to talk
Right.
all the time. Like, and there's never a break. It's just weird. It's just like,
Yeah.
that's not how people operate, right? I mean, sometimes you just don't say anything. And I'm just saying that as like kind of a general thing. Obviously, there's found footage that doesn't do that, but I just noticed that in a lot of them.
I don't understand this next one on this list at all.
Oh,
It's The Visit from 2015, M. Night
okay.
Shyamalan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. That one is found footage.
I don't know about that. I
No,
don't
no,
know.
but it's all shot from the kids' points of view, whether it's on the laptop or they're filming it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just maybe it's because I haven't revisited it in
Ha ha
ever.
ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha. So maybe I'm not remembering it correctly, but I remember enjoying the film, and which is rare because I generally don't like M. Night Shyamalan, but I thought that one was really done,
I,
especially for a PG-13 film.
I swear to God, like if you just take certain elements out of that and just throw them away, it would like I liked it good enough. I
Yeah,
mean, but like Jesus fucking like dude, don't show a kid rapping. Like it's just fucking cringe.
yeah,
And you could say, oh, they're doing it because this is what cringy teenagers do, or but then they put it on again at the end, like, oh yeah, this is really good. I mean, maybe I'm missing the irony in that or something, but
maybe.
as a viewer, I'm like, oh Jesus fucking Christ, this is like a grandparent with their favorite grandkid who's, hey, I'm gonna rap, and they videotape it, share it with everyone, like
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's a found footage. I think for it splits between found footage and non-found footage. I think in
Right.
some places.
And maybe that's what I'm missing is I just don't
I'm just
remember the
trying to
found
think
footage.
because I don't know. It's been a while, but
Yeah. So number 18 is a movie I remember liking it when I saw it initially, but I don't remember much about it. And that's Chronicle from 2012.
oh, Chronicle's great.
Yeah, I remember enjoying it, but I've never revisited it, so I don't know. I don't remember much about it.
Chronicle reminds me a bit of Brightburn,
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, I can see that.
but found kind of the found footage, and then that director went on to make that horrible Fantastic Four movie, which I don't know ended his career or if he's I don't know if he's done anything else, but that was very good. I like that.
Yeah. Number 17, I have not seen, so I'll have to take your word for it, and that's Unfriended.
So yeah, so there's almost like this separate subgenre of found footage movies, which
Mm-hmm.
happened a lot during COVID, which was like the Zoom
Yep.
movie. Um, Unfriended was okay. I get that mixed up with there's Host. No, Host is better than Unfriended, and then there's Unfriended to the dark web.
Yeah.
I remember not hating the first one anyway.
Yeah, that's fair. Number 16, you may have seen, but I have not, is One Cut of the Dead.
This is a weird one to me. This is Japanese,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
And it's where they're shooting a horror movie, and then there's an actual zombie outbreak, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched it and I didn't really like it. I don't know whether I was in like a weird mood or something. It just didn't click with me at all. But a lot of people like really, really dig it.
Yeah.
So I may rewatch. I feel like maybe I'm missing something with it.
I mean, that's fair. Um,
Well, everything I say is fair.
I disagree. So next up,
Well, that's not fair.
I don't remember if I liked this one or not. I know I saw it. Willow Creek from 2013.
Never seen it. Never heard of it.
So it's a Bigfoot film shot out in the woods. The big
Oh.
shock was Bobcat Goldthwait, isn't it?
He directed it, didn't he?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Maybe.
It says there's no shortage of creature features tucked inside the phone footage. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
He did direct it.
I have heard of it. I haven't seen it.
I thought it was. I honestly don't remember, but I don't remember hating it. And if I usually hate something or don't like it, I'll remember. So I must have at least enjoyed watching it.
What was the other Yeti one or Bigfoot one that I watched? And I think it was from one of the guys that did the Blair Witch Project. Maybe it'll
Tahoe
come
Joe?
up. Huh?
Tahoe Joe?
No. Maybe it'll come up
Yep.
as we're going through this.
So number 14 is a movie we mentioned earlier, is Cloverfield, which I loved. I thought it was really well done. But the reason for that is because you like these characters.
The thing with Cloverfield for me,
Yeah.
again, it's like remove the first 20 minutes. That fucking party that they're all going to and they're all being fucking, oh, look at us. Ooh. It's just fucking insufferable. Does nothing for the plot, does nothing for the characters. It feels like filler.
Fair enough. Number 13 is a movie we both like. The Sacrament.
Yep.
I thought that was a great film. It's a great, I don't want to say twist because it takes a lot of things
No,
from
it's Jim Jones. It's Jim Jones.
It's straight Jonestown, right?
Yeah, it's Jim Jones done, and it's really the only movie I like from the director.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh God, Ty West.
Ty West.
VHS.
What?
The next one's VHS.
Okay, so we stopped talking about that. You're just moving on.
We're just moving on. Unless you want to continue.
No. I think
The
Sacrament is really effective. Again,
yeah.
It is Jonestown. It is Jim Jones.
Yeah,
obviously, but captured from kind of the ground level.
Sure.
I think it's very effective.
I agree.
As far as that, I mean, I've watched there's a lot of good documentaries around it. The Jonestown thing. And clearly they have watched a lot of those documentaries too, because it's very close to what actually happened. So
yeah, I agree. Okay, so next up is VHS from 2012. I have not seen it, so
the first VHS was okay. I think VHS 2 is phenomenal. I think it's the best in the series, and it's one of my favorite anthology movies. Some of the more recent ones are pretty good too, but again, like nothing's top VHS 2.
Sure. I mean, that's fair. I've not seen it, so I can't speak to any of them. I think the only one I've actually seen is 2000 or VHS 85.
I get some of the most recent ones mixed up. There was one, I don't know whether it was the 85 one, but I could only get through like the first 15 minutes because it was like there was like some girl punk band or something in one of them. I don't know if it's that one.
I don't remember.
But it was just awful. And I'm like, I can't listen to this anymore. This is terrible. Yeah.
So number 11. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but VHS 2 is a huge recommendation for me.
So number 11 is The Last Broadcast.
Okay.
I haven't seen it. I can't speak to it.
That's the one about the Jersey Devil, right?
Yes.
So that was the one that came out around the same time.
1 year before.
Blair Witch Project, right? Yeah, I thought it was good enough. I watched it one time a while ago. I don't remember a ton about it, but I remember thinking it was okay.
The next two I know you like. I've not seen either one, so I'm going to take your word for it. And number 10 is Man Bites Dog.
Oh, fantastic. This really is the bridge to me in between the cinema verite stuff of found footage as far as horror.
Right.
Although it's not a horror movie, really. Well, I mean, it's serial killer sort
It
of
says it's
horror, right?
a darkly comedic mockumentary about a camera crew and a serial killer.
Right, and that's what it's a mockumentary without the talking heads, but
Right.
kind of that bridge between like Cannibal Holocaust and Blair Witch Project. I'm sure there's other ones which maybe I haven't seen,
It's a
but
good segue because number 9 is Cannibal Holocaust.
and it's half found footage. But hang on, just to go back a little bit with the Belgian Man Bites Dog. I
Yes.
remember first watching this in the 90s on VHS, and it was
Yes,
one of those
90s.
ones, kind of like Audition and some of these like foreign horror movies. Which wow, we in the UK started getting more, being able to get your hands on a little bit more, and this was kind of the ones people talked about. Um, I mean, it is really funny and it's really disturbing, but like the main guy who is the like killer, like he's not indestructible or anything. He gets the shit beaten out of him and stuff. It's so funny. But anyway, yeah. So Cannibal Holocaust again. I'm trying to think if I'm sure there was previous found footage kind of horror movies, but I think this was the one that really put it on the map, right?
Right.
And you can say it's about the animal killings and the real like you talk about disturbing movies, right? This movie is still like there's not a lot of movies that are now more, I think, graphic and disturbing than Cannibal Holocaust.
Uh-huh.
But if you think about it, back in that time, right, 1980, when people were watching this, there's no wonder why. Although I would say the acting's not the greatest in it at all from a lot of them, but you can see why people back at that time thought it was real.
Right, of course.
And there's not been many directors that have been taken to court and had to prove that they didn't
That their
kill
cast was alive.
their actors, right? And it's
Yep.
even like the genius, the warped genius of Diodato to get these actors and say, hey, we're going to pay you this. However, for the next year, and I think they did this with Blair Witch Project too, kind of copying it, to say, you kind of have to disappear. You can't take any acting roles. You can't do anything. You just kind of have to do nothing for the next year, right? And that just leans into it, because if they were in a movie, 2 months later after it was released or something, you kind of ruin that. It's kind of like the William Castle kind of spectacle thing, right?
Sure.
Trying to trick the audience, but doing it to a greater extent. And again, we'll probably talk about Blair Witch, but
we will. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm yawning. So number 8, I've seen, and that is 2010. You're going to be shocked that I've seen it because it's a foreign film, Mark.
Wow, Wreck?
It is the Norwegian Troll Hunter.
Oh, Troll Hunter. Yes.
I thought this was a great film. I enjoyed this immensely. Like from the initial setup to all the way through, the special effects are on point. Like it's a great, engaging film.
And it's one of those, as you were mentioning, the found footage genre sometimes doesn't, because they don't have the money, show the creature or show what's on screen,
Right.
what we're supposed to be afraid of. This one did, but you kind of felt sorry for them too, the trolls.
Yep, you did.
But yeah, it's great. And even though it's found footage, I think what it really benefits from is just even those landscapes, right?
Yes.
And the forests and everything. So
Yep.
Yeah, very good.
So number 7 is a movie I have not seen, but I've heard of, and that's Be My Cat, a film for Anne.
I've heard about it, and I've heard it's disturbing. I have not seen it, so
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I can't talk to it. Number 6 is a movie you mentioned already, and that's Host.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one that was filmed during COVID.
I think Host is maybe the best of that Zoom thing, and there's definitely problems with that specific subgenre of found footage.
Yeah.
And you know the big thing right now, right, is the War of the Worlds,
Mm-hmm.
the Ice Cube one that everyone's just laughing at,
Right.
and that's the same, you know, type of thing where he's just like into the screen, get away from there.
Yeah.
But I think like Host was pretty good. I thought it was pretty effective.
So I did. Oh God, what is the name of that film? I think it's The Invitation. I got to see a film, and we talked about it a long time ago from Terror Films, and it all takes place over Zoom or Skype or something. But it's this woman who's run away from her family and gone to Romania or some Eastern European country and fallen in with almost a cult. And she sends them all an invitation to her wedding that's being streamed.
I have vague memories of.
It was surprisingly well done because it's her family seeing her being abused and tortured of her own free will.
I don't think I've seen it. I think I've heard of it.
But it was really well done. I'll send the link to you on IMDb because I could be getting the name wrong. But I want to say it was The Invitation. Okay. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it sounds like it's in the same vein, right? So number 5 is a movie you hate that I thought was really good at building atmosphere, but nothing really happens in the film. And that's Paranormal Activity.
The most boring, you know, that and fucking Skinamarink are in the same kind of boat.
I disagree. I could make it through Paranormal Activity. I could not make it through Skinamarink.
I mean, I'm being a little hyperbole because Skinamarink is just awful. At least there's characters in this one that talk and do things. It's just like it fucking blows my mind that people, yeah, again, maybe I'm jaded or something a little bit. People are freaking out because the door goes. Okay, so what? Like, who gives a shit? And the fucking guy, the husband, is one of the most annoying fucking characters.
Noah.
Yeah, in found footage history. He's just so like over the top. Like, give it a fucking rest. In fact, I actually quite like a number of the sequels. Mm-hmm. I just can't stand that first one.
Fair enough.
I thought it was the most boring. I signed up. I signed up for the, hey, do you want this movie to be shown in your hometown? I signed on the website because I heard, you know, the whole thing about it. So they suckered me into it. And then I went to see it. And I'm like, seriously? Like, it's like this 20 minutes of them talking and blah, blah, blah. And like, wow! Like, holy shit, that's so fucking terrifying. Like, what a bunch of shit. I don't know. If people like it, great. But I thought it was the most boring fucking.
Number 4 is a movie you just mentioned, and that's Wreck from 2007. Yeah. Haven't seen the original. Haven't seen the shot-for-shot remake either.
Well, of course, because you just watched Quarantine because of Jennifer Carpenter.
I haven't seen it.
What do you mean? You love Jennifer Carpenter. Why have you not seen Quarantine? Okay, so here's my Wreck thing. Wreck is fantastic. Love Wreck. Wreck 2, even better. I think it does what a sequel should do. Mm-hmm. It expands on it, and it makes the mythology even wider.
Yep.
and more action packed. It's almost like the Aliens to Alien, right? Rec 3 was fucking abysmal. They tried to do this wedding thing, and then they swapped between fan footage and regular shootings. It was terrible. And then they did another one after, which was okay. Which was
Number 3 is a movie. Number 3 is a movie I can't stand, but everybody else loves. It's from 2014, and it's Creep.
Oh, Creep's great.
I don't think it is. I was bored and wound up turning it off.
I get that, and I almost feel like Creep and What We Do in the Shadows kind of shares the same vibe, but it's not like straight comedy. It's more like I don't know, like weird comedy, because the guy that's Creep, I don't remember his name.
Mark Duplass.
He is funny in it, right? He really is funny. But then he turns around. He's like, I get why people don't like it, but I really dig it.
Yeah, and you're not alone. I'm definitely in the minority of, at least for the people that I know.
But I can understand people not liking it because it's a lot of talking.
Yeah,
and it's a lot. It's more about suspense than horror, right?
Yeah,
and maybe it's just because of me, right? Because I'm an introvert.
right.
It's like that social horror to me.
Right.
About being stuck there with somebody who's talking at you.
Right.
It's like the dinner scene in Hereditary. It's just that social awkward, like I don't like it. Ugh. So it worked for me.
Yeah. Oh, I apologize for whatever reason I can't step you on. Number 2 is a movie I haven't seen, but it sounds interesting. Lake Mungo.
Oh yeah. I saw that. I saw that a long time ago, and I didn't like it.
Okay.
But it's another one maybe I need to revisit. And that's what I say. I talk about revisiting stuff. There's some movies I revisit, and it still doesn't work for me.
Right.
Like Session 9. People like fucking gush over that movie.
I saw it once, and I liked it.
I'm like, it was okay. Like, it was just like a one-time watch. It was like nothing special.
Right.
But people are like, oh my God, this is like one of the best horror movies that you've never seen. So I watched it again. I'm like, no. A Tale of Two Sisters is the same.
Yeah.
Watched it. Didn't think it was great. I thought it was mid. Everyone's oh so great. Watch it again. But Lake Mungo, I swear, that must have been from what, like 2000 or like
2008.
Okay. Well, that's like 2000 in my head. And it's a mockumentary, right?
Well, it's a found footage haunted house movie.
Right, but I think there's like talking head aspects of it.
There's possible. I haven't seen it.
No, isn't it about a girl that goes missing and they're talking?
She drowns.
Huh?
She drowns.
Okay, but they're interviewing the parents and stuff. It's like, it's not all just somebody running around with a camera. There's like,
I don't know because I haven't seen it, so I'll take your word for that. And then
yeah.
number 1, you can guess what that is.
Yeah, Blair Witch.
It is, yeah.
And maybe one of the most divisive, quote unquote, classics out there, depending on who you are.
Well, I have a hate relationship with this film.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is because when I saw it in the theaters, I loved it. But do you know the reason I loved it is because I was suckered in by the marketing. Whoever did the marketing was a fucking genius.
So hang on, you loved the movie when you first watched it?
When I thought it was real, yes.
And then
I felt suckered, so I hated it.
And then when you
Yes, I 100% understand that it is irrational. But emotions aren't always rational, Mark. If you had them, you'd understand.
I swear, Jim, I don't I never have, and maybe it's just because I look at things through reality. I could never understand how anybody would ever go into that movie thinking it's real.
That's fair.
Even for the fact that, hey, is it, are we going to go see like a movie that's released in our local theater about people that were actually killed in this movie? Like, what?
Fair
What?
enough.
So explain that to me, Jim. So
Hey, Mark, I got to run.
Okay.
So I thank you for hanging out
Right.
and thanks for the chat, but I'll text you in a bit.
No worries. No worries.
Okay.
It's been a good talk.
Yep. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.